Hi everyone, welcome to this new video. This is going to be a record of an event that's being held or that was held on the modding Discord. It is related to it's basically a sit-down Sunday event with Ari, and we're going to talk about 3D modeling, focusing on different subjects as defined here. But overall, the goal is for people that attend to directly ask questions and to present how to do different things in about projects on board modding. So right now the event is going to start when everyone is ready. So we're just waiting for it. Here you can see the different participants. Here Ari is going to organize it, and a chat of what everyone is saying.
Hi everyone. Thanks for coming. So, this is a little thing that we're doing about starting to do some kind of tutelage, some kind of lessons about basics of 3D modeling and everything. This one, as I said in my message, is merely a show and tell. I'm going to invite you over the stage and we can go over your model, your meshes, and see everything that we can, we can fix, we can get to do better. I'm going to be recording starting right now. And whoa, I don't have my output properly set. Sorry. Let me just do that with a simple click. And there we go. Now we are recording. Excellent. So, let's see, Paddlefruit, you're the first one. Let me see that character. All right. One important thing. I would like you to share with you my basically my bona fides. I suppose that will be a good place to start. I've been a indie developer for around like 10 years or so. Most of my work is about optimization and how to get things moving from PC to console from PC. My latest credits include a game called RoboBeat. I don't know if anyone knows it. I've been working on Town of Salem 2, and also I've done a lot of work for many other projects that are under NDA at the moment. But since my background is mostly on optimizations and good practices, we thought it would be a good idea to share this kind of knowledge to everyone. And one of the things that I see mostly in the community is that I've seen a lot of great talent here. But there's a very interesting difference between the veteran modelers and the beginner modelers, and it's just a little step that it's good practices. Honestly, this kind of tips, this kind of practices will really help you to move towards the next level rather quickly, actually. So let's start with you, Paddlefruit. I'm going to invite you to the stage. Are you ready? There we go. Let's go.
All right. Can you hear me?
Paddlefruit. Yeah. Thank you.
All
Welcome.
right. How's it going? All right.
Good.
Let's
Good.
see. I don't know how to set this up. Let me see if I can share the screen properly.
Sure thing.
Uh, do you see it?
I am in a moment. I will be able to see it.
Let's see.
We're waiting
Let's get
for
in
things to be
there.
shared. Don't worry. While we wait for it to be shared, tell me what do you need with your model?
Well, I think I'm still learning how to model like characters and stuff and how to like properly do good topology because topology is something that I have always been pretty terrible with. Um, uh, I
It
don't know
seems
if
that
that's something
stream
like you deal with, but
it is something that I deal with mostly. Topology, we optimize it whenever we are starting to see bad deformations in many areas, whenever it's animated. Good topology also allows you to optimize, to bake textures better, to do textures better because UVs are easier to get. All of that comes from a good topology. I think it's one of the most important principles that we could practice. But here's the thing: the stream failed to start, at least on my
hmm.
side. I don't know if
Okay.
anyone got the same thing.
Let's see. Let's see. Share screen, but at a lower standard definition. Maybe that'll do it.
Please and thank you. If you're not able to stream for any reason, we I can work with screenshots and such things.
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that. I don't know why it's not working. It should be working.
Don't worry
Hmm.
about it. Also, first thing that I do stage, so expect some technical hiccups. But it's quite a it's quite a useful
Mhm.
feature if I'm being honest.
It
And
is
this is
nice. It's the first time I've ever done it too.
yeah.
Okay.
And for everyone else, please and get your 3D models ready. Get your software ready. Most of my work, I usually do it in Maya,
Yeah, I
because
was about to
when
ask
I
you, which is like your biggest one?
yes, because when I started to learn about optimization and 3D, Maya was back then was the standard. Right now, the standard is kind of moving towards Blender. Actually, Maya is still really strong, especially when it comes to rigging.
I'm
But
happy. Sorry if you want to
go
keep
ahead.
talking. Okay, I'm
No,
happy
sure.
it's shifting because in my university classes, I've been having to use Maya, and I hate it. It's just it feels so ancient to me. I know it works and it's what people have used for a long time, but I find it to be very non-intuitive in a way.
Yeah, I think Maya was one of the things that it took a while to understand, but after if you keep hacking at it, then it becomes second nature, and for me, it's second nature. The one that I have
For
trouble
sure.
learning is Blender,
Yeah,
but
I think it's really what you learn first. Like for me, I learned Blender first, so obviously I'm biased, but um do I have hardware acceleration on? Great question. I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever done this as well, unfortunately.
no worries. Okay, so
What is Wings
let's go with some screenshots. All right, no worries at all. Let
Sounds
me
good.
I would like first a screenshot from, if you can do it from an orthographic view from the
Mm-hmm.
front, and maybe another screenshot like 3/4 kind of view, like an isometric kind of view,
Yes.
and
Okay.
keep your topology active.
Okay. Sounds good.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
And let's do a screenshot. Nope. Come
Also,
on.
if you will be so kind and disable the texture view, that will
Okay.
allow us to see the model way better.
All right. Sounds good.
And
Okay.
this is for everyone else. I am reading the chat. I have it right now open. So don't worry if you have any questions, you have anything you want to say. I am very alert. Also, hi.
All right. I'm posting it in there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, um, I'm going to share my screen so I can show you what I want to paint. 1 second. I'm going to share my whole screen. There you go. And now I'm just going to open Paint because it's super easy to do things there. Can everyone see my screen right now?
Yeah, I can see it.
Excellent. So, here's the thing with your character. One of the most important things is exactly what we are saying, like that it's topology.
Mhm.
But I believe one of the things that you could start using right now is that we need to learn that maybe we start always with the less amount of topology, with the less amount of polycount that we can do in order
Okay.
to prepare the profile of the character, and then we start adding geometry as we need it. For example, I can see right now that this area, the hand, usually the hand has quite a
I
lot of
don't think I can
geometry.
see the paint window. I can only see your Discord.
Oh, can only see my Discord. Okay, just 1 minute. Probably. Let me change the stream. Let me put the entire screen. And there we go. Should be seeing it right now.
I do not, unfortunately. I think it might be on the wrong monitor.
Oh my god.
Oh, wait, now I see it. Wait. If you move it
Which
up a
one?
bit.
That's the one?
You moved it up.
There we go. Right?
Yeah, like that.
There we go. Excellent. So here's the thing. Uh, this one over here has quite a lot of
Yeah.
geometry.
The
Like
hand has the most geometry by far.
and this one over here has also a lot of geometry. Okay, but that's the obvious one. That's the obvious one. That the thing that maybe will be not so obvious to you is this, is this, is this, and
Yeah.
maybe even this. You see, when it comes to topology, we always try to add things. Little question. Could you send the model over here on an FBX file?
Yeah, let me try. Let me
Please and thank you.
send because it's a bunch of models actually. Let
Oh,
me
if you can send like export or to FBX
yeah.
everything, and I open it with Maya. And very important thing, even if I am working with Maya, there's the same tools are working also in Blender. And I'm mostly focusing on principles. So don't worry about which tool I am using. Try to think about the theory, all right?
That is a great point to make because a lot of people think that if you like learn Blender, you like can't learn Maya. A lot of it is transferable.
Yes, indeed. The important thing
Let's
is to think about 3D.
see. I have put it there. Let me know if that works for you.
Excellent. Oh, my Maya is actually being was uh like loaned to me from my work.
Mhm.
So no, that's the reason why I have Maya, but I can have it because my work. I
Oh,
agree.
also, the eye topology is going to look really awful, but that's because it's using geometry nodes. So
I'll see. I'll be the judge of that. Yeah.
I see. I see.
Let's give it a second for Maya to start and we can do this. So two things that I'm going to be able to do in your model is show you some of your topology, and let's see. That's a lot. All right. So again, everyone please focus on the principles. Let's not focus on anything else. Ooh, that was the hair. Ah, it's all right. Let's see if you have any other mesh around there.
I can't see your screen, I don't think.
No, 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 no. I'm moving it towards a
I
place where
see.
you can see. Let's see what else do you have here. Good amount of bones. All
Oh, I
right.
didn't know. I thought I chose not to export the armature. Whoops.
Happens. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's start with this. Gonna put a bit more of a friendly material mostly. And let's change this to be a little bit darker. There we go. I like that. I like that one. Yeah. So, for example, one thing that I can see is that you have a hole here. So
Yeah.
that's not good. Um, and here's the thing: places like the hand and places like, for example, the face, they usually have quite a lot of topology, but quite a lot of geometry. Sorry, and and the thing is that it's not wrong to have a lot of geometry in places that are going to be deforming a lot. But every loop that we add, every little thing that we add of geometry to basically the model should be contributing to the profile. So this is something that everyone can do. It's very easy to do in Maya, but you can add another material on Blender to do it, or even change the shading properties. I'm going to use flat shade so we can see a little bit better every little every little thing here. And let's try to use flat light. And you can see right now that with flat light, I'm going to go completely white there. Going to put it in a front view. Let's try to think about this like 2D right now. All right.
Mhm.
If you are doing maybe concept art for a video game or for an animation or anything, you mostly have a 2D artist that's going to do some profiles, some quick sketches. One of the very important things that they show everyone that is doing that kind of a specialty is that you have to have very strong silhouette, and with a very strong silhouette, you have a very definable character. So in 3D, we kind of follow up this principle by not making our profile, not adding geometry to the things that are not adding to the silhouette. All right.
Mhm.
So, for example, the thing that I told you that maybe you will find, why is this not useful? Well, if I delete everything here, I am probably going to get the same silhouette. I don't know.
Mhm.
Here's where I think this is where the hole is. So that's the reason why it wasn't selected. So if I delete, for example, these two, delete this one. Delete this one too. Delete this one. Probably this one too. And I deselect that. I reduce the poly count, and I didn't change the silhouette at all. So probably those aren't actually helping, right?
What about deformation though?
So what you want for deformation is you want to see how much is going to deform and add only those that are going to be actually helping the form. So I'm going to return this, and we can probably reduce this, for example, as maybe this one, and these two are going to help the form. Maybe these two too also. Probably this two. And this is like way less poly count, and these are enough for it to deform. So the thing is, add geometry whenever you think you can contribute to the profile, and you start modeling that way. And when it comes to deformation, start to add like supporting loops in order for it to deform. But try that every loop helps the profile of your character. If it's not helping the profile, it's probably not needed. And if you need it for deformation, you're going to probably need it when it comes to areas that actually deform. For example, the torso, sometimes the legs, the muscles, if you move your leg, you're going to see that right here, we don't actually deform a lot. Because that's a
there's
bone.
too much there.
Yes. So you only need the amount of topology that can show the calf, the muscles that you have there, the bones, if that's a very skinny character, and nothing else, because it's not going to deform a lot. So adding a lot of topology in places that are not going to deform, not really useful. For clothes, kind of makes sense, especially if you're going to simulate them. But we are talking about Project Zomboid here. So that's probably not.
This was not a model for Project Zomboid. I do need to specify. I didn't know if that's what you wanted.
Don't worry. No, anything 3D goes well, right?
This
So
would be a terrible model for Project Zomboid.
let's return to smooth shade, to the perspective, and first things first. So notes. Do not add any kind of topology or geometry that is not going to be supporting the silhouette of your character. The silhouette means whenever I can see it like exactly flat, it's the thing that is going to be recognizable. That is going to show you, oh, this is the muscle, this is the hand, this is the hair, this is this or this detail. If it's not adding to that silhouette, it's not adding to that way of recognizing the model, or recognizing the character, or recognizing whatever you're doing, like rather quickly, it's probably not needed geometry. And after we have everything ready and the silhouette is quite readable, then we can start adding topology that supports the deformation, especially if it's going to be animated. So that's good. Somebody here in the chat mentioned edge flow. It was you, actually. So
I think
edge flow,
somebody said all those rectangles make a circle. I don't know if they were referring to how like edges supposed to flow into each other, which kind of makes a more flowy shape.
yes, edge flow is really important for everyone that hasn't heard this principle before. Edge flow is the way that a loop goes towards closes on itself, or it flows into other loops, and then it helps deform the character way better. So you have right now an A pose. We have the T pose, which is where's my paint? So we have a T pose that's usually this.
I've seen a lot of discourse online about whether it's better to model an A pose or T pose, but generally I think it's like either works.
Yes, actually. There's a lot of discourse online about which one is better in many things. Software, ways to place your bones, ways to start modeling your character. The thing is that you can actually do whatever the fuck you want. The point is that you know what are the cons and what are the pros of it. So you have an A pose here. The A pose helps a lot with good placement of things, like natural placement of things, because it's a relaxed pose. The T pose works a lot with not a lot of UV deformations, because you're going to be placing the body in a way that is actually deforming quite a lot when it comes to the armpits. It helps a lot with UV projecting from the arms and even the legs, because it is, again, a pose that it's very free in order to do projections, and this one doesn't have that kind of advantage. But again, if you know your processes, those two are actually indistinguishable.
Yeah.
It only becomes a little bit of an advantage maybe here when it comes to animation, because again, it is quite relaxed and you can do the forms there really easily. When it comes to the formation, when it comes to placing bones, that's not as useful. This one is really easy to place bones.
It
So
is. I've done
anyway,
rigging, and T-posing is easier. I think Spooky in the chat made a very good point. It's like it
all right.
depends on the like what you want the end point of the model to be.
Yeah, I think those are sorry. I think that's a valid way to see it. And again, A post, T post, both valid. Just remember that you're gonna have quite some technical challenge here and there whenever you reach certain points. When you are modeling, A post actually is a little bit trickier to model. It is easier to model doing the T pose. And then when it comes to UVs and animations, A pose is going to deform a little bit better, a little bit more naturally, but it's going to be a little bit trickier to place the bones. And T pose is not going to have these problems, but it's probably not going to be the kind of deformation you want, because you have the arms extended, and then it means that here your elbow needs to be modeled in the way that it's kind of doing a little bit of a strain. The show of the muscle of the shoulder is, it needs to be modeled a little bit exaggerated, because you're actually placing it in a natural movement that is going to be exaggerated. So that's a little bit of a challenge, and things like that. So, yeah, nothing is better or worse. It's just technical challenges that are going to come later whenever you're modeling. So, moving forward, I wanted to show you this. First, I might need to, yeah, I might need to unfreeze these things. Unlock selected. I'm actually going to unlock everything, just in case. One of the reasons Maya is not as friendly, because it
I
has
was about
like,
to say that's one of the reasons I really dislike working with Maya. I feel like it's very, I don't know. There's just something about it. You're stripping my
I
character, dude.
sorry, and maybe, okay, we have one there. I'm going to move these things. So next thing, whoa, better move him this way. So next thing for everyone, doing it in different pieces, good. Don't tell anyone, tell you that it's wrong. It's actually really good. So don't trip about doing everything coming from the same mesh. And I think here you trip, my guy. You're trying to do this detail coming from the same mesh, and you are creating this little area that doesn't have any kind of thickness. Yes? I don't know if everyone is having this kind of problem, but
I just model thickness for the belt loops because I just didn't think it would be worth it.
no, that is true. Indeed, if it's not worth it because for any reason you don't think it's going to be needed, that's fine. But let's think. This is not for Project Sunboy, for example, right?
Correct.
So
It's not.
if you have this view over here, I'm going to exemplify it like really quickly. Let me see if I have my render, like a simple render. I think this kind of see, let's just create a little light. So maybe the thing that I'm trying to say is shown a little bit better. I'm going to create a little light. Might be on the wrong side of the settings, but I'm still gonna do it. Whoop, sure thing. Forgot that I don't have a camera set up. Let's see. Let's see. From oh, I have it right on the underside. Like an idiot. Here, I think. Yes. So I'm not trying to create a good lighting right now. I'm just trying to see that, yeah, if you got a light for any reason, this works, right?
Mhm.
If I go back, the problem with your model is that in any place that we could see this thing in animation, it might start. Oh, let me get a little bit closer. Here. Check this one out. This thing over here, it's probably not gonna render in a game, or it's not gonna render in an actual software. Like for example, right now it's in Maya software with like a lot of things that kind of forgive me and just render the things that I'm seeing. But this thing that is receiving light, it's probably not going to receive it in any other render because it doesn't have thickness. Because
Mhm.
I don't know if anyone has heard this this principle about phase normals.
Yeah.
Could you please, everyone in chat, could just in fact raise your hand if you have heard about normals and phase normals, or write it in
Let's
chat.
see.
So we have one person. If you haven't heard it, uh, no, not at all.
We have an inquisitive face.
So probably you heard it, but
Okay, I
okay,
think we
excellent.
can explain what normals are then.
So if everyone is a little bit on the dark when it comes to normals, that is a really important principle. So I'm going to exemplify this with a little bit of a paint. Let's do a new one. Don't say. So normals. Normals are the faces that receive light and are actually the ones that we want to. Actually, you know what? I'm also going to open Unity because that's going to be useful. So imagine that this is a 3D sphere. Like it's actually a sphere. Right now it's more of an ellipsoid, but who cares? So whenever light comes, what we see is the light that is being reflected for items. So it goes back and it reaches our eyes and everything, and then we basically, sorry, Unity is opening, and I need to see what the hell am I going to open because I don't think I have a new project. Let's do a new project. Fuck it. Create project, whatever. Let's do it.
It is
And
just physics. Simon is right. Or Sin.
exactly. So this is the normals, basically. You have a face, and the face is pointing somewhere, and that's the normal. And the light, whenever it reaches the face, it reads the normal, and it says, hey, the normal is pointing towards a different direction than whenever I came from. So that means that I need to rebound from here towards another place. I'm using this normal to calculate where should I go, and then I pick a different direction. The not the opposite direction, just a different vector that is using the normal to be calculated. So this is the light, comes here, sees the normal, rebounds. The face is the one that has the normal. Normal's always pointing towards the direction away from the face. And the back of the face doesn't have a normal because only the face can have one normal in one direction. It cannot be double-sided, to say so. So in order for this to be explained more succinctly, let's see it on 3D. I'm going to create a cube, and let me put myself in line with chat. I don't know what chat is saying. Blender has an overlay for zero orientation as well. We'll let you know which face. Yes, indeed. That's very important. Let me show you directly. You're going to see a few tools that are not normal in Maya because I have some plugins. Again, focus only on principles. Do not focus on the tools right now. Theory, it's really important to have. So I'm going to toggle the normals, and I'm going to do the length, increase the length of them. There you go. You see, everyone sees this little green, green. What's the name? Green line. Sorry. So that's the face normal, actually. And if I delete this and see inside, you'll see that, for example, this face has the normal pointing towards that direction, but not here. So why do we have a normal direction? Because whenever we want to do light calculation, anything that is not like the normal is not pointing to, it's probably going to be invisible. Many renderers have this option of basically rendering with double side. So they try to also calculate the lighting that it comes from the face that it's not having the normal pointed towards to. That's a whole ass sentence. But
You can use that for some pretty cool effects as well. Like notice how you can see into the cube.
yes, yeah, and this is going to
you
become
can use
transparent.
incorrect normals in an interesting way as well.
So I have Unity open, and I'm going to show you. This is what mostly game engines do whenever they find this particular problem. So I have a sphere here, and when I see it from outside, this is it. This is good. This is what the thing is going to see, because every face normal is pointing outside the sphere. But whenever I go inside, I'll see that it's invisible to me. Why? Because it's not going to render things that are seen that their normal is not pointing to. This can be seen because the light hits here and then it returns to us. But everything that it's not facing, everything that doesn't have a normal for the light to come back, it's not going to be rendered. So it's going to become transparent, right? So that's the reason we have to be very careful with normals. And that's the reason that this in particular is probably going not to be rendered in a lot of cases. But also, I'm going to delete it. What you did here, that you took this edge and you did an extrude. And you
which edge?
Yes, you did this?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's just what am I looking at? Which edge?
This edge right here.
Oh, I see.
And you did this? Yes.
I believe that was to inset the face is what I did that for that there.
Here's the thing. Even if that was a different process, the result was the same. Do not. I'm going to show you the reason why not. Basically, what you created is this topology, right? Which are a lot of faces. Well, could be more than one face, but this is the minimum case. All the faces are connected to the same edges. Usually, an edge should connect many faces that are on the same plane, at least. Like, for example, this edge is connecting these two faces, but it's also connecting a third face in this way. This is really, really, really bad. This doesn't allow us. This doesn't allow us to properly, basically, to properly direct the normals towards the right direction. It's adding problems to softening the model, to smooth view the model, and it's also almost impossible to properly deform when it comes to adding bones and everything. So this, not a great idea. That will be a big warning from the model. What you want to
Mhm.
do is you probably just want to break this up. Like grab this thing here, detach it, or maybe model it again. I wasn't even able to detach it. It is like really there. I'm going to detach it this way. No, not at all. It doesn't allow it. All right, so
My loops have a brain of their own.
don't worry about it. So what we want to do is basically do the cube thing. So we're going to create a cube. I'm going to place it over there. And yeah, without doing a lot of modeling, we probably just want, whoops. Yeah, we probably just want something like this.
So essentially, don't use a flat plane, is kind of what I'm getting from this.
Don't use an extrusion of an edge that it's already connected to faces in a way that creates the kind of
Okay.
topology that you saw. That
That
is
is good to know.
very dangerous, very dangerous for many processes. And right now, I'm really not focusing on doing it well. I'm exemplifying that you can actually do this. You can just place your loop, your bell loop from like this, and that's okay. And if you want it to be a flat plane, you can do it, but do not connect it that way. All
Just
right?
don't connect it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Extruding from an edge. Extruding from an edge. If the edge is like this, I'm going to do another cube. Extruding from an edge. If the edge already is connected to another face, this is a no. This is a big no. If the edge is not connected to a full edge, it's actually have a hole or everything, this is okay. If it's not connected to any hole, this is a big no.
I didn't know
All
that
right.
actually. That's very helpful.
All right, so that's it. What else I can offer you? So yeah, edge flow. For example, you have like
I spammed a bunch of them at the armpits because I wanted it to deform well.
but
You can see that
yes,
that looks kind of like a nightmare.
but you believe it or not, we can start with good deformations with only three loops, three edges. This is going to be a little bit to everyone that doesn't know about edge flow. This is going to be a little bit advanced, but bear with me, please. So this, for example, is going to take quite a lot to deform because you're going to have to do a lot of skinning over here, right? And you're probably not going to gain like a lot of value out of it. Uh, good flow is going to work even if it's really sparse. For it, I'm going to go to my. You have to excuse me. You're probably going to see what I was checking out on my Opera, and I was playing Arc Raiders. What can I tell you?
There you go. Hell yeah.
I'm going to go to Pinterest and I'm going to pull up some images of body flow. Edge flow body 3D. That was going to be just okay. Like, oh, here we go. This is a good example. Here it is for everyone to see. So this is good flow. It not only you can see that it has not a lot of topology, not a lot of geometry. Sorry, the topology is properly set in order to convey the muscles, and also look at the flow on the arm. It's not a lot, but it's properly since it's properly placed. Like you can see that this loop goes from here to here. This one goes up from here. It loops around the arm. So if you want to see it a little bit more clearly, let me see if we have an example over here. One that actually shows the loops. There was a modeler called Sergio Cavaleri that did one of the best guides that I ever seen. But this is good, actually. You can see that this is the loop that you want. Everything else that you can do, it's okay if you need more detail, but this is the kind of flow that you want. One that comes from the torso in order to support the shoulder, and one that comes from the arm in order to support the end of the shoulder. And this is good. This is one solution. It's not the only solution. And you can see that this fellow over here has a different solution, but it's also quite valid because it's going to use these two, the green ones, in order to support the deformation of the shoulder. So what do you have in your own model? Let's check it out. Let's see.
See, this is like the second proper 3D model I've done, so I'm still like learning how to do like anatomy and topology. It's not very good right now, as you can clearly see.
Hey, we all start somewhere. This is definitely, I will never chide you. I will never have anything bad to say, because learning from whatever point we're starting, it's good. And I think that for your first models, you actually got some good things going here. Like, for example, I can see the loops that support the knees, and maybe the placement is a little bit awkward, but the flow is actually good. So maybe it's not, silhouette wise, it's not really like good, and it's a little bit more geometry than it should be, but it's a good start. I will tell you that I had a lot of trouble with those loops when I started modeling.
It's really
going
just
places.
it's the retopology set that always gets me. It's like I try to do quad-based retopology, and then
That's
I
okay.
always like have a hard time reconnecting, so I end up spamming more loops than I need. And I think that just kind of does that.
It's always there's this kind of a phrase that we all say in 3D modeling, like, man, just add more geometry. But and
The
it
one
happens
more
like,
lane, the
shit,
one
I
more lane
cannot.
approach.
Yeah, I cannot solve this. I will add more geometry. But here's the thing. It's a joke. Do not. If you can solve it with the amount of geometry that you have, that's a good idea. You only add more geometry when you already, hitting that wall. Like, I can no longer do this deformation, or I can no longer do this shape or silhouette without adding more geometry. It is time to think about adding more. Do not. And
Do
yes, just
not.
one more lane. Please, one more lane.
Just
I
one more lane.
trust
It
me.
will solve everything.
So here, this is what I'm going to judge here. This loop over here, this one is good because it goes here. So this one should be the one that it's going to define the shoulder. But I think the shoulder is going to be, it's more or less defined over these two. So you can see what I'm talking about silhouette, because I am not exactly sure what's going on with the shoulder. Right? I don't know where it starts. I don't know where
He
it
had a
doesn't.
debilitating injury as a child, and that's what happened.
I see.
Yeah.
No, then in that case, all is good. Forget everything I say.
Yeah.
And this one over here, this one is good. This one goes to the right place. It means that we probably don't need these two as much as you think. Probably we don't need this one either. And we can start reducing. And yeah, this one here, this one supports it. This one should be the end of the shoulder. And the rest, just get that ready for be completely part of the arm. And you use the rest of this geometry in order to show the shoulder.
Okay.
So
That's
that's what
good to know.
you. So yeah, that's what you basically need to do. And face is a mess. Not, I mean, the whole thing about doing faces is a mess. Like,
The
it's a
thing
good solution.
the style I go for is it's grease pencil on top of the face instead of actual geometry, so that's why it looks so weird.
Yes, this is
Um,
a solution. When it comes to faces, you might need to go way deeper. Like, face edge flow. And this requires a lot of practice that we don't have that kind of time to do. I'm actually probably going to jump to the next model.
Yeah.
If anyone is interested about faces, just look in Pinterest face edge flow, and that will be a good way to start. There's a lot of tutorials of how to build from there, and yeah. But this again, resume. Remember, not always you don't need to add geometry all the time. You just need to add the geometry needed to get the silhouette going, and then you add geometry whenever that silhouette needs more work or you need better deformations.
Mhm.
And remember, do not extrude edges this way.
Mhm.
Always do the whole face in that case,
Mhm.
or add just another thing, another item, another
Mhm.
mesh.
I see.
And
Thank you very much.
yeah, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. I will call you with your name on the server, Paddleford. Thank you, Paddleford, for everything.
You got it.
And let's see, who wants to go next. I will
Let's
return
see.
you to the audience.
You got it.
Excellent. So I saw a weapon around here from Spooky, which I don't know if that's your weapon, but the texture looks amazing. And anyone that wants to have their model review, maybe again, this is again, Paddleford used it for general tips and see what was going on. But I think when I started this this program, to say so, it was focused on Project Zomboid, on the models that you want to get into the game. So you will have anything that you want to share, that you want to fix. We are here to achieve that. I am bringing everyone. I see that a lot of people are typing, so I'm gonna wait for chat. Yeah, Paddle, for this is you are going to have to wait for the next round. Don't worry about it. All of you want to share the screens? That will be good. That's a good look, by the way. Good look. Please, and thank you. I'm going to invite you to the stage. Welcome.
Hello, hello. Do you hear me?
Hello. I hear you. Excellent. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How about you?
All good. So let me show you what we can do. What do you want to share with us in this sit down Sunday?
Well, first off, I'm not that good at 3D modeling, so I'm just starting like a few years ago, and I just started it again to make Project Zomboid mods.
That's all right. That's all right. It doesn't matter which your level. It doesn't matter how good or how honed your skills are. We are here to help. And this is especially done for people that are just starting and want to have some tips from from. I will call myself a professional because I've been doing this professionally, but it feels so weird to call myself that. But please go ahead. Show us your model. I'll help you.
Yeah, it's not letting me share my screen.
Probably I don't know if I need to give you permissions. No, you don't have your video disabled, and you don't have anything that could disable you from sharing. But if you cannot share your screen, you can send over your model, and I can check it out.
Yeah, just it's not letting me the option. So yeah, I will just send the model.
No worries at all.
You need an
So
FEX, right?
yes, please and thank you. FBX is one of the most kind of novel formats in order to export 3D. Some people
Okay.
use OBJ. Some people use FBX. That's the one I prefer. And some other people prefer just to send the source file. But that's
I sent it right there.
thank you
Oh,
so
one thing
much.
is that it's really tiny because it was made for the game. I don't know if you need to make it bigger later.
All right. Let me place it right here. And let's see. All right. This is very simple, but it has the shape. Like, for example, if I use the flat lighting, you can see that this is a good silhouette. This is a very clear silhouette. And that is
Okay.
very, very good. So going back to normal lighting, let's see. Anything you want to say before I go on with the model?
Yeah, one thing I did was to make every single face a triangle because I saw that the game used that. I don't know if I had to, but it's a thing that I did. I'm not sure what I did it.
Well, triangles are there's this thing called tessellation mesh, render mesh, and
Mhm.
modeling mesh. The modeling mesh, we usually try to stick to quads because
Okay.
quads are the things that are easy to calculate, to see, to model from. Triangles are not as easy to model, but maybe you'll see that whenever anything gets into an engine, it becomes triangles. Well, the reason is because triangles are actually the minimum, the lowest polygon that can be rendered and that can be shaded. So everything is divided into triangles automatically within the engine, and then it's shaded. It is shown as it should look in the game. But we model with quads because it is a very easy shape to model. It keeps your geometry, your flow in order. It's easy to pick. It's easy to do a lot of operations with quads, and the engine is going to make it triangles. So it's not bad if your model is not triangles. It is okay if it stays in quads. This is a thing. I hope that somebody has heard about it, about uh, polygons and n-gons. Um, let's show you what I'm trying to teach here. This is I'm going to delete this thing, and I'm going to copy this one more time and one more time. And from here, I'm going to delete this thing. This is a triangle. This is good from everyone you want to see it. If I move the vertex here, I can still see where the normal is. I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to show it. I'm going to show the normals. If I move this thing way over here, the normal is still properly calculated. So it means that the shading, the light, it's going to act properly. This is a quad. This is also really good because if it faces, I don't know, this direction, and even if it deforms a little bit, it kind of works. You can see how the normal is being calculated properly, So that's also really good. Now this is going to be a different thing. I'm going to do this. I'm going to delete this edge, and I'm going to delete one of these vertices. And this is an n-gon, which is mean that it's a polygon that is formed from more than 4 vertices. I don't know.
Vertices. Yeah, I
Vertices.
think
Thank you
that's
so
the
much.
name.
There, my English failed a little bit. So this is not great. I'm going to activate the normals, and yeah, Maya is going to do its best to calculate where the normal should be pointing. But when it starts to deform, you can see that the way that it's shaded, it is not quite right. You can see this little thing
that it doesn't have a connection, but it still looks like it's a shape. But where should it be? Since the the game doesn't calculate these spaces, it always tries to translate everything to triangles. It could be calculating this. It could be doing, oh well, okay, I will do these triangles, and this way I can understand where everything's pointed. But this shape, it's different than this shape. You can see that the way that it curves was different.
Yeah.
And for example, something that happens with quads, and that's the reason that everything is translated into triangles, is because two vertices, for any reason, could be pointing this way, right? So these are two different geometry directions, because it could be like this, and then we have this ridge here, or it could be like this. Whoops. And this is a valley, while this is a ridge, but it's the same quad. So that's the reason that we can that everything on the engine, it's calculated as triangles. And sometimes when we manually create things like this, we create the triangles in order to tell the model how it should be rendered. Because if we wanted a ridge, but we didn't define it, we're going to obtain maybe a valley. So that's the reason we use quads to model, because they're easy to shape with the tools that we have in 3D. But that's the reason we also think about triangles, because they dictate how the shading is going to look, how the thing is going to be shaped, and sometimes we place them manually. So reading chat. Let me see. Yeah, the game is fine with quads. The thing is that at the end it translates to triangles. That's called the tessellation mesh. It's basically the mesh that is going to be used to render and calculate how the mesh behaves within the engine. N-gons are the things that are not going to be useful for you. I mean, the game is going to do its best to translate it, but it could do a whole lot of things. It could do this. It could do that. And you will obtain two different shapes, right? And it's the same thing. I just divided differently and we got two shapes out of it. So the shading is going to look different, and maybe you'll get a horse with a hole instead of a horse with a shoulder. Is that being understood?
Yes.
Perfect. So you didn't do anything wrong by using triangles, but you can save yourself some trouble if you model with quads in mind. So what I will say for this model, if you're trying to get it into Project Zomboid, is that there's nothing wrong with dividing some things. Like for example, this doesn't have to come from the same thing. This doesn't have to come from the same thing. Like if it's in real life, if it's in 3D, a different part, it can be a different mesh in 3D. So you can separate this. You can separate this thing over here. You can
Yeah, the
separate.
barrels are the detached.
Really,
So
everything seems to be part of one plane.
yeah, only the barrels on the top.
Only the barrels. This is good. You can absolutely 100% do this, and this is
Okay.
this is okay.
I
So
was
I'm going to
worried
look.
that was bad for the game.
No. You see, having many objects, it's not. Let's think about it this way. The thing that we need to do is reduce the amount of triangles that we have. So right now
Yes.
your model have 268 triangles, right? So that's the amount of stress that you're putting to the memory of the game. Okay? So the less triangles that we have, the better. And sometimes when we try to make everything together, we are adding a lot of triangles that are probably not needed because we are forcing ourselves to find a way that we do connections and all of that. And I'm going to duplicate this. Let's try to optimize this. Seems good. First,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to use an automatic tool that I have right here in order to do some to reduce some. I'm going to quadrangulate the coplanar. So I reduce some triangles, not all triangles. And I'm going to see what we can do here. This is good. This is good. This could be better. This could be separated. Yes. I can win. I can win some. I can win. Actually, I can win some triangles, some optimizations here. For example, the reason that I'm telling you that we can actually detach this is because let's detach. So now this is separate. Yes. And you created a lot of topology here, little triangles right here, in order for this to be connected. But
Yes,
if
that's what I did.
if it's not necessary, then we can save ourselves that problem.
Then it's just a hole.
Yes, exactly. Let me do some. Let me delete some things over here. It will be easier than trying to choose it and separate it. Honestly, I'm going to delete this. Going to delete that. Going to delete this too. Going to delete this over here. Yes, I'm going to delete all of that. There you go. That's what I needed. I'm going to probably delete these little things over here. Delete this too. I can choose this thing then, and I can choose all of this. And there we go. And now I'm going to delete this from the original. I'm going to delete this, delete. And check that out. See all of these little things?
Yes.
That's extra topology that not only is going to be hard to do UVs, to texture, it's also going to be not really seen by the player at all. So if it's not going to be seen by the player, why not basically not have it? So let's delete this. And maybe let's delete this little thing too. Maybe this one too. Actually, also let's delete this little thing. And just because we might need it too, I am going to separate this thing. I'm going to leave the trigger here. I'm going to delete it from here. Okay, and now we got the pieces separated, more or less. Sorry, left this thing floating. Excellent. So what can we can win space from here, because I'm going to redirect some topology here. Like I'm going to delete this thing. Let's fix those holes here with this little tool called Quadro. Not detecting it. That's okay. Then let's use this append to polygon. Going to fix these holes. And going to fix the n-gon that is here, because as you can see, this is an n-gon. But you created the solution here. I can just send this here to here. Probably going to be the same thing from this side. And let's move this thing over here. Let's move this thing over here. And let's move this thing over here. And one of the good things by not having to be on the same model is that I can actually start to change their scale. See?
Yeah, that was something that was bothering me.
Yes. Because now I don't have to worry about if it's connected or not. Because in the end, most of the things, every game, if you need to animate it, yes, it needs to be connected because it's going to deform. if it's a prop, if it's a thing that it's not going to be deformed with bones like animation usually is, it doesn't have to be connected that way. There just can be uh, models that are basically juxtaposed together, and it works very well.
Mm-hmm.
So this model over here, 268 triangles. This model over here, 252. Just this little change over here saved us 30 triangles, which is not a lot for many games, but when for Project Zomboid, it is considerable, actually, because every triangle that we can reduce is a thing that we can optimize. And for example, even here, this thing doesn't need to be connected, right?
Yeah, I did it connected,
So
but it doesn't need to.
you can save yourself the triangles over there. And what else? And look at this thing. Look at this thing.
Yeah.
Here, that this is a triangle. We actually could just delete all of this. And I believe that we will be saving ourselves a lot of trouble. This one is not that wasn't contributing to the profile. So I just deleted it. And there we go. It is basically, I'm going to do the lighting trick. Same profile, less triangles.
I see.
240 versus 268. And we could keep optimizing. We could keep going. So this is what I will tell you that you can improve when it comes to your modeling. Remember, not everything needs to be connected. Things can be
Yes.
juxtaposed. So it will save you a lot of trouble when doing things like this. And you usually want to work with quads. Remember, the triangles, you only define triangles whenever you have the things that we showed before. We don't know exactly how it's going to be calculated by the engine, if it's going to be a ridge or if it's going to be a hole. So I draw the triangle in order to tell the engine, hey,
Yeah,
this
in
thing.
case I want it to be either one or the other.
Exactly. And then everything else, you can just do it in quads. And with quads, you usually get less triangles, a better topology. Because good topology here in triangles, I mean, the problem with it is that it's not going to be as approachable when it comes to UVs. Because after this model, you want to texture it, right?
Yeah.
So let's see how the UV looks. Give me a second. Let me place my Stream Deck. I use my Stream Deck to have my tools quickly. So this is UV from the original. So
Yeah.
this is obviously going to be a little bit tricky to um, to unwrap because you had all of this connected. But this one, you have this separate. You have this separate. So you can place it on a different island. You have this separate. You have this separate. So if I do a little bit of an automatic is not good, but I'm still gonna do it because it's quick. All right, but don't do it. Don't do automatic unwrap. I'm going to do it like that. And this is interesting. Who are you? Create automatic. Create automatic. All right. So with this, you can actually start to, well, basically place your models in your UV space. Yes, and I think your UV space right now it's a little bit big, but it's okay. It doesn't matter. Well, at least not for right now. We're focusing on modeling.
Yeah.
But a thing like this with everything separated in pieces is going to be way easier to handle than this one. That is going to be was going to be a mess to unwrap. This little thing was going to be a mess to unwrap. but this one's not because they're not really connected. And in the end, I know that I have around a lot of objects. So you in Blender or Maya or whatever, you just pick them together and you use this tool called Combine, which is basically make them the same mesh. And there you go.
Mhm.
And there you have it. And we don't have to worry about a thing. I'm going to create another automatic unwrap. And this is basically easier to start with than this, that it was actually rather hard to unwrap. So those will be my suggestions. Remember, triangles are used, but because we want to know what the shading is, not because we have to use them. You usually work on quads, and everything can be juxtaposed if it's not necessarily a thing that is going to be deformed, like a character. All right. Thank you, Spooky. Thank you so much. From Blender is called join, not combine.
Yeah,
Thank you
join.
very much, Spooky. So that will be it. Thank you so much. I'm going to return to the audience. I hope this was useful for you.
Yeah, thank you. It was
Move to
really
audience.
useful.
Sorry, I interrupted the vibe. That was funny. So anyone, yeah, I know. Anyone wants to go next? I still have another 30 minutes. And let me put myself with chat on the loop. What resources would you recommend for someone just getting started with 3D modeling? All right, I won't answer it right now, but I will whenever we end, I will start to show you some 3D tutorials and the things that I used when I started. Why not? Blender Gurus is good, honestly. Yes. Mm-mm. It all comes down to practice, that's for sure. Yeah, I know. It was funny. Anyway, I have 30 minutes, maybe a little bit more. I think we can say that I have one more space in order to do some review. Anyone wants to go next? If we don't have any volunteers, we can consider our session to be over. And I hope everyone had a good time and that you were able to take notes or see things that could be used to improve your models. No worries, it was actually my pleasure. I enjoy sharing these tips a lot. There's a few things that I wanted to share with you. Um, there's one little thing that I wanted to share with everyone. Spooky, if you could help me with the tools on Blender for it to be quickly. I hope that you know this as well. So I want everyone to know that Project Zomboid, it really needs to have a very low poly count, like really low, which makes sometimes things that should look like really round makes it a little bit difficult. But here's the thing. It's all about shading. It's not necessarily about the amount of geometry you have. For example, I'm going to create this cylinder. This is a cylinder with 20 faces, right? This is a lot. This is not something that I will be comfortable adding in Project Zomboid if it's for a little thing. Something that really works for Project Zomboid will be more or less like this. 8, even 12. That will be okay. 8 will be better, for sure. But you can see that this looks like not smooth, not like a cylinder as good as this one, especially from here, because you can see the sparks. But most of the time, you're not going to see this. You're going to be seeing this. It's the cylinder. So this is a principle that I wanted to share with everyone. That it's called vertex shading, which is if the faces have a direction in the normals. For example, let me show you. I will toggle the normals, and I will toggle this normal. If they have a direction, the edges and the vertices have this little have these little normals too. So these ones help us to tell how the things is shaded, how the light looks from one side moving to another. And instead of boring you with theory, I will show you. I will soften the normals on these edges, and I will get something like this. See? If I create another cylinder, like for example, a cylinder with 12, and use the same technique, you can see that this one has like 80 triangles. This one has 48. And it looks quite the same, actually. And this one has 8. It has 32 triangles added to the game. And it doesn't look quite bad. Actually looks well shaded. Well, the reason for that is that whenever two normals, for example, let's say this this is it's a group of faces. A normal is pointing right here, a normal is pointing right here, and a normal is pointing right here. These edges here also have directions. They have normals pointing towards this direction and this direction, and this direction and this direction. When this happens, all faces look squarey, like this one. I'm going to harden those edges. When these normals are behaving like this, you can see every face shaded differently. Like you can actually identify it face by face, polygon by polygon. Vertex normal, yes. Corner normals, maybe on Blender, the principle, the theory, it's called vertex normal, yes. But when we make the normals point near the same direction, like almost toward the same direction, instead of being like this, they point more or less toward the same direction, then this phenomenon happens when it is a smooth sailing from face to face. See? Yes, edges, faces, vertices all have their own normals. So you can use this in order to properly shade things that are maybe not behaving as you wish. And this is the reason why we have sometimes a lot of shading trouble. For example, look at this. Look how hard this kind of shadow is. It's because these faces over here are trying, well, not these faces, sorry. These edges over here, all of them are trying to smooth it. But as you can see, this is a very tight corner. So it's a better idea to just put a hardened edge. And you can see that we can solve that little shading problem. And we keep this side rather nice and clean. So for anyone that is working with very low polygons, but very low poly count, sorry, that is working in Project Zomboid, I will recommend using these techniques, this tool. And in Maya, it's called harden and soften edges. But in Blender, it's called, I believe, let me think about it. Oh, let's open Blender. Let's fire it up. I believe I can find it rather quickly. Here we go. Let me put my Blender here and my Maya here. There was a discussion about it here, and it was probably because of me, because I really think some people really need to remember that it's all about controlling your normals. It's all about controlling those vertices. So if I wanted to make this one a little bit more There's a key. You told us about the shade smooth or the shade auto smooth. This one I haven't used, so I wanted to try it out. But I believe that you can actually control how these things look by auto smooth sport for Saloon. It's mark sharp, sharpen in Blender. Right, okay, excellent. I have to remember where the fuck it is the modeling. Excellent. Good, 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 good. Then I pick this thing, I pick one of the edges, and then I'll, let's see, mark seam, clear seam, mark sharp. Here you go, clear sharp, set sharpness, soft edges. Okay. Mark sharp. It's probably going to be the same thing. I'm going to be on object mode. Do you remember which one is for the smooth? It's a better idea to do it with a cylinder, now that I think about it. Yes, it's a classic. Shade auto smooth. This one is the one that uses it. Shade smooth. Render display face smooth. Use interpolated vectors. Yeah, this actually does it really well. I like it. I like to control it like with my own, by hand, so to say, so to speak. But I don't. For example, if I wanted this to mark seam and return to object mode, yeah, I'm not getting it. You have to excuse me with Blender. I still forget the hotkeys and everything. I really need to practice my Blender more. Honestly, 10 years of Maya will do things to your brain, and it's honestly not the best. You'll have to excuse me for that. But thanks everyone for coming. I'm just going to leave you with that last tip. Remember, when everything looks rather weird or you want it to be shaded differently, the reason will be probably your normals when it comes to edges, when it comes to vertices. And if I can put a post later how to do it on Blender, I will do so. Thanks everyone for coming. We're going to try to do this bi-monthly, maybe, so to help everyone with their models and if they are stuck with something in particular. And that will be all. Again, my name is Seri. I will be around in this server, but I would like to do a little bit of a plug. I play on another server called Play Dead. We're starting it, and we are looking for not only for players, we're also looking for people that I want to develop and they want to test their ideas on a new server. So check us out. I'm going to leave an invite in a moment. And thank you, everyone. If you need any help, if you need, basically, if you need anything if you need maybe some tutelage, you got some questions or everything, you just have to basically send me a message. I will be around. And that will be all. See you later, my fellas. I will leave a little link to the place where I'm playing. Goodbye.
And this concludes the event that happened. This was quite interesting. I think there's a lot to learn. I hope you liked it. This should probably become a monthly event, as you mentioned. Maybe with other kind of discussions based on what people need, maybe something else than 3D modeling. That'd be interesting. And there was some aspect that didn't interest me that much, but I think like the end guns stuff and the reasons why that's a thing, that was quite interesting. If you like this video and you need more guides, don't hesitate to check out my other videos, but they're not really about 3D modeling for the most part. So yeah, see you.